getting away. Not long after leaving town, Artemus Tau sees a gang of mutated men riding quickly past him. It's them, the Scafford Gang! Chasing behind them, Artemus races through the canyons, hot on their heels. Turning a bend, he sees them dismount from their mutant horses and disappear into a mine. Hello and welcome back to Artemus Tau, Trederran veteran. Let's take a look at the changes to Artemus since his last episode. We now have Cunning 4. He now has Luck 5 as well as Initiative 4 thanks to the Gentleman's Vest. He now has 15 Sanity, 550 in XP, $1,030 in gold. He is now level 2. He's carrying no more Darkstone. His carry limit has dropped to 8 since we are now equipping the vest instead of the Trederran gear harness. And he now has 4 points of corruption. Let's join Artemus Tau as he hunts down the Scafford Gang and attempts to collect on his bounty. Hello and welcome to episode 5 of Artemus Tau, Trederran veteran. Today we're going to be doing the Scafford Gang mission number 1, They're Getting Away. The setup for this mission uses the standard mine entrance. However, we place the darkness marker on the depth track in space marked 10. During this mission, the darkness marker moves down the track towards the darkness starting space instead of toward the mine entrance space. The hero posse marker on the depth track will work as normal. Our mission goal, we are chasing the Scafford Gang as they flee deeper into the mines, represented by the darkness marker moving down the track towards the darkness starting space at the bottom. The hero posse marker must catch up to the darkness marker on the track to stop the Scafford Gang and have a showdown before they get away. The special rules for this mission: the threat decks will be Scafford only. The normal threat decks, including epic threats, should only include threat cards that have at least one keyword Scafford on the enemy listed on them. Also for this mission, there are no discard piles for the threat decks. Instead, anytime one or more threat cards need to be drawn, shuffle the deck and draw the cards as needed. While in an Otherworld, anytime a threat card would be drawn, roll a d6. On the roll of 1, 2, or 3, draw an Otherworld threat card as normal. On the roll of 4, 5, or 6, draw a normal threat card instead. Fleeing Darkness. During this mission, the darkness marker moves the opposite direction than normal on the depth track. Anytime the darkness marker would be moved, move it down the track towards the darkness start space. The darkness marker still triggers blood spatter and growing dead spaces it moves over on the track as normal. The last special rule is Gaining on them. Whenever the heroes find a clue icon on an exploration token, immediately move the hero posse marker forward 3 spaces on the depth track. If this puts the hero posse marker at or below the darkness marker, the heroes have caught up with the Scafford Gang. Once we catch up with the darkness marker, the heroes have caught up to the fleeing Scafford Gang and a showdown begins. We'll ignore any attacks or encounters listed on the final exploration token. We also ignore any door or gate icons on the token, as this will be the objective room with no exits. Without further ado, let's catch us some outlaws. Holding back the darkness. Double 5s. Double 5s in the mine trigger Terrifying Shriek. A shriek of pain and suffering echoes through the mine, chilling you to the bone. Each hero in the mine immediately takes D6 horror hits. 5 horror hits. He has a willpower of 4+. And he blocks 1, taking 4 points of sanity damage. We are off to a rough start. Let's roll for movement. Only one. Well, we do gain a grit. Holding back the darkness. 7 is good. Rolling for movement. 4. Still not quite close enough. Well, let's roll to see how many shatter grenades we're going to have. We did decide to take bandages for our soldier satchel token. E3 shatter grenades. Only one again. Holding back the darkness. 3 will fail. They're getting away. Rolling for movement. 2. Artemus will look through, and he has found a werewolf den. We do have an advanced encounter for this room. Tattered rags. Tattered and bloody rags litter the floor here, the remnants of clothes. Were these torn from the unfortunate victim of a beast or cast off during the transformation of a beast itself? Make a lore 5+ test. Artemus only has a lore 1 outside of Trederran. And we fail. Take 3 horror hits as you shudder to think of the power of these creatures. Again, our willpower is 4+. And we defend 2 and take 1 more point of sanity damage. Let's reveal our exploration token. 1 doorway, fitting, and 1 encounter. The encounter we've drawn is Stolen Arsenal. The room is stockpiled with weapons and munitions, as well as maps of the nearby towns, with notes about a plan to attack. We must choose to either destroy the stockpile, search for anything of value, or ignore it and move on. Well, we can't destroy it, we don't have dynamite. Let's see if we can find anything of value. We make a scavenge test. For every 6 rolled, draw a loot card instead of a scavenge card. For every 1 rolled, you set off an outlaw trap and take d6 wounds, ignoring defense. Oh! Looks like we'll be taking d6 wounds. These Scaffords are no joke. 3 wounds. See if our armor will help us at all. We have armor 5+. We block 2, taking 1 wound. Holding back the darkness. 9 is good. Rolling for movement. 4. Holding back the darkness. 7 is good. Rolling for movement. Artemus will look through the doorway. And he has found the vault. Shifting the board slightly. We do have an advanced encounter for this room. Ransacked vault. The room is filled with splintered crates and fragments of broken barricades. It's clear there was a bitter struggle here, and whoever was guarding the storage vault didn't go down without a fight. Make a cunning 5+ test. Artemus has a cunning of 4. Nice. For every 5+ rolled, we may draw a loot card. We're going to draw 3 loot cards. First card, 1 Darkstone Shard. Our second card, sack of gold dust, $100. Our third loot card, cash, $50. Then roll a d6. On the roll of a 1 or a 2, whatever tore this place apart is still here. Nope, it is long gone. Revealing our exploration token. 1 doorway, 2 encounters, and a clue icon, which will move the hero posse marker forward 3 spaces. Let's determine which way will be our doorway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, straight ahead. Our first of our 2 encounters is Prospector. You find an old prospector in the mines. He looks at you with a suspicious glare. Make a cunning 5+ test, again. Our cunning is 4. We are successful. He uses his medical supplies to heal D3 wounds from you. We only have 1 wound, so we'll just go ahead and heal that. Then make a luck 5+ test. We have a 5 for luck, thanks to our gentleman's vest. We are successful. On his way out, he hands you loot. We have found... What's this? Draw an artifact card. We have found a wagon train chest. Draw D3 gear cards. We'll be drawing 3 gear cards. Our first gear card is a tomb chest. Thank goodness. Holds up to 8 darkstone. Any darkstone inside is hidden and does not cause corruption. Healing herbs. Gain 1 herb token. And lastly, we have the Fallen Gunfighter's Pistol. Range 6, shots 3. Once per turn, you may take 3 wounds, ignoring defense, to add +2 damage to a hit with the Fallen Gunfighter's Pistol. Pretty cool. Our second encounter card, Smuggler's Trap. Stepping into the room, you realize only too late that a soft tug on your leg is a tripwire, snapping. Make a luck 6+ test. Our luck is 5, thankfully. We have failed. Let's use a grit. And we still fail. Take D6 wounds, ignoring defense, as a series of explosions go off along the walls. We'll be taking how many wounds? 6 potential wounds. See if our armor will help. We have armor 5+. Only blocking 2 of the wounds, we take 4 wounds. Then roll a d6 for every unexplored doorway in the mines. On the roll of a 1 or a 2, that exit is blocked by falling debris from the trap. Place an end cap on the exit. If there are now no open doorways on the board, the heroes may move the darkness D3 +1 spaces forward on the depth track to choose 1 end cap to remove, clearing the path. Ugh. Come on, 3 or higher. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Let's hold back the darkness and move into the room so we can clear out this end cap. Double 2s. This is not his night. Double 2s inside the mine trigger dark dread. Things are looking more and more bleak by the moment. Draw a growing dread card and add it to the stack. Rolling for movement. Let's go ahead and move the darkness D3 plus 1 spaces forward so we can clear the rubble and get through this doorway. Only 2 spaces, that's good. That did, however, trigger a darkness card for us. We have pulled Dark Possession. Anytime a hero takes 1 or more wounds from demon enemies during a turn, they also take 1 corruption hit. Remains in play. Holding back the darkness. 6 will fail, getting us a Growing Dread card. They are pulling ahead of us. Rolling for movement. Artemus looks through and he finds a mid-passage. I think we are going to attempt to use our old map. Once per turn, you can cancel and redraw an encounter or map card just drawn. We will redraw the map card, and we have found a stone altar. On the d6 roll of a 1 or a 2, we have to discard the old map. We can keep it. We do have an advanced encounter for this room. Ancient Obelisk. A large stone obelisk stands at the center of this room. Deep runes and markings carved into its rocky surface. Is this some occult work of man, or is it far older, built by a lost civilization? As you gaze upon the runes, you begin to feel a rage building inside you. Make a Spirit 6+ test. Artemus has Spirit of 2. He is successful. Gain 30 XP as you resist your primal urges and look away. Let's reveal our exploration token. A gate and an attack. We'll be getting attacked by D3 plus 1 Scafford Gang with 1 hideous mutation. Let's see how many Scaffords will be coming for us. 3. We'll say the guy in the back has the hideous mutation. We have pulled Void Blast. Blinding light builds in the eyes, nose, and gaping mouth of this mutant, growing in intensity until it is released by a powerful blast of raw void energy. At the end of this model's move, place a sanity marker here and roll a d6. On the roll of 4+, the model releases a powerful void blast at its target. We will place a little corruption token next to him to reflect that he is the hideously mutated Scafford member. Scafford Gang are mutant, outlaw, and Scafford, medium size with initiative 4. Sadly, that means they will go first. They do have shootout, which means they try to stay at a range distance. They have their Scafford pistols, a ranged attack with a range of 8. They take 2 shots that do 2 damage each. They also have Firefight. When the turn gets down to initiative 1, if they are not adjacent to any heroes, they will make an additional ranged attack without moving. They have a 5 for movement. They escape on a 3+. They have a range to hit of 4+, melee to hit of 4+. They roll 3 combat that do 2 damage each. They have 3 defense and 5 health. Let's hold back the darkness. 8 is good. They are all targeting Artemis. Because of this obelisk in the way, they will need to move to get within line of sight. The hideously mutated gentleman will attempt to fire his Void Blast at us. on a 4+. He does not fire this turn. We'll roll their shots individually. The hideously mutated gentleman scores 1 hit. The orange tentacled Scafford member behind him scores 2 hits. And the blue tentacled Scafford gentleman, 1 hit. Artemis's range defense is 3+. We block all but 1. We have armor 5+. We take 2 more wounds. Don't think we're going to use our shatter grenade just yet since they're not all bunched together. Let's try out this fallen gunfighter's pistol. It has a range of 6 and 3 shots. And we do not have to take a corruption hit to fire it. 1 crit and 2 hits. We're going to put our critical on this gentleman here. 5 wounds. He is dead. That's a nice $25 for that kill for the bounty we have. We're going to put our next hit on the orange tentacled Scafford member. -3 to the roll. 1 wound. And our last hit will go into the hideously mutated Scafford member. Again, -3 to the roll. No wounds. I don't know how I feel about this gunfighter pistol. I kind of like our Darkstone carbine using the D8 for damage. Back down to initiative 1. They will engage their firefight ability and take an additional ranged attack. 2 shots. The hideously mutated gentleman scores 1 hit. The other guy scores 2 hits. Artemis has 3+ defense. Defends all 3. Look at that. Holding back the darkness. 9 is good. They have set their target to Artemis. Our hideously mutated gentleman will attempt to fire his Void Blast at us. On a 4+. No. He is building up a lot of Void energy. Hopefully he doesn't get a chance to unleash it. We're going to have to try to take him out quickly. Firing their 2 shots, starting with the hideously mutated gentleman. 1 hit. And the other Scafford member, no hits. Fantastic. Defend on a 3+. No. Will our armor help? Armor 5+. We take 1 more wound. I think we will go ahead and use our shatter grenade now. Exploding on a 3+. Take that, Scafford boys. They each gain D3 wounds and a stunned marker. The hideously mutated gentleman takes 2 wounds. The one behind him, 3 wounds. I'm not messing around this time. We will take a corruption hit to fire our Darkstone carbine. Willpower is 4+. We are good. Taking our 2 shots, hitting on 3+. 1 crit, 1 hit. Our critical was going into the hideously mutated Scafford member. 3 wounds. That's enough. He is dead. Our regular hit, -3. Actually, he's stunned. -2 to this roll. We only need 1. He is dead. Let's catch our breath. We can heal 3 wounds or sanity. We'll do wounds. Let's also go ahead and use our bandages. Healing the remainder of our wounds. Let's actually try and get a clean slate going into this other world. Let's use our whiskey. Heal all of our sanity. Fantastic. Artemus is so fresh and so clean, ready to take on whatever lies behind the gate. Drawing our loot. We have found D3 Darkstone. 1 piece of Darkstone. Let's hold back the darkness. 10 is good. Rolling for movement. 5. Holding back the darkness. 7 will fail. Rolling for movement. Artemus is going to peek through the portal. He sees a corner passage. Holding back the darkness. 11 is good. Rolling for movement. Only a 1, but that's okay. It gets us through the gate and gives us a grit. We now find ourselves in the Targa Plateau. There is frigid snow, which is a weather effect. Move rolls of 1 do 1 automatic wound to the hero with no defense. Heroes may recover a grit on the move roll of 1 or 2. Holding back the darkness. 7 will fail, getting us a darkness card. We have pulled Decay of Time. All undead enemies now do +1 sanity damage on any horror hits caused by their fear, terror, or unspeakable terror. Remains in play. Rolling for movement. 3. Artemus looks through and he finds a courtyard. We do have an advanced encounter for this room. Crumbling ruins. The massive statuary and spires of the ancient city have become weathered and broken over the millennia. At this point, it doesn't take much for them to collapse. Make an agility 4+ test. Artemus only has 2 for agility, but he is successful. No reward, just passes the test. That's kind of lame. Let's reveal our exploration token. 3 doorways, 1 encounter, and a clue icon, which will move our party marker 3 steps forward. We are catching up. The encounter we have drawn is Moving Shadows. The deep blue shadows here seem to move independently of the light. You think your eyes are deceiving you until... Make a Spirit 5+ test. Artemus has Spirit 2. He is successful, gain 20 XP, and the shadows recede, revealing something of value. Draw a loot card. We have drawn $25 in coins. Let's hold back the darkness. We need a 9 or higher now. Oof, just missed it. We are hot on their tails. Rolling for movement. 6. Artemus will look through, and he has found the heart. We do have an advanced encounter for this room. Heart of the City. A large glowing orange sphere is set into the floor here, pulsing with an inner fire. As you approach, you can hear it arc and snap as the air around it twists, crackling with energy. Any hero ending their move on this map tile takes 2 hits from cascading energy surges. Fan-flippin-tastic. Remains in play. Let's reveal the exploration token. 1 doorway, 1 encounter. Let's see which way the doorway will be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And right there. Our encounter is ancient writing. Inlaid into the stonework are a series of glyphs, some sort of ancient writing perhaps, making lore 6+ test. Well, Artemus only has 1 lore when not in Trederran. Oh my god, if successful, gain 25 XP, and you may draw a loot card as a panel in the wall slides open. That's amazing. We have drawn a sack of gold dust, $100. Holding back the darkness. We need a 9 or higher. 6 will fail, getting us a darkness card, and they are almost out of here. We have pulled Swarm of Rats. A scurrying tide of rats pours through the passage, swarming over the heroes and passing by. Each hero takes 2 corruption hits, gains 20 XP, and must pass an agility 4+ test, or discard 1 side bag token. Alright, so 2 corruption hits. Willpower is 4+. We take 1 more point of corruption potentially. Using our Veteran's Breath Mask, we can avoid this corruption on a 5+. Nope, we take 1 more point of corruption. I really hope there's a church in the next frontier town we get to visit. Alright, we now need to make our agility 4+ test. We have 2 agility. And we are successful. We get to keep our herbs. Rolling for movement. We're going to back out of this room because we don't want to mess with that cascading energy. 6. Artemus will look in this direction and find a short passage. We're going to use our old map again. How did we manage to map out Targa? I have no idea, but we're going to use it anyway. And instead of a short passage, looks like we have actually found the furnace. Do we get to keep our map? Yes. We are still hot on their heels. We do have an advanced encounter for this room. Still running. Just like the Scafford Gang trying to get away from Artemus. Sections of the walls ahead pulse with a red glow, and a hypnotic throbbing sound echoes through the chamber. Whatever alien machinery resides here, it's still running after countless eons. All exits on this map tile are considered to have a door, regardless of the number of door icons on the exploration token. Also make an agility 4+ test. We are successful. If any hero fails the test, the pitch of the throbbing sound changes along with its frequency. We have passed. Revealing our exploration token. 2 encounters. Our first encounter is cracked ice. As you step onto the icy ground here, it cracks and groans under your weight. The ground is unstable. Anytime you enter a space on this map tile, you must either spend 2 extra spaces to move, or roll a d6. On the roll of 1 or a 2, your movement ends as the ground beneath you crumbles. Take 2d6 wounds with no defense as you fall through the frigid water and shards of ice below before pulling yourself back up. This has no effect on enemy movement. remains in play. Our next encounter, look out! Enemies emerge from the shadows. They look cold and angry. Attack! You are attacked by an otherworld threat native to the Targa Plateau. Looks like we will be getting attacked by a damaged Guardian. The damaged Guardian is a robot. Targa enemy, extra large, initiative is 2. At least we get to go first. He has Terror 2. Any hero starting their activation on the map tile automatically takes 2 horror hits. He has a Burning Laser ranged attack. At the start of its activation, make a free ranged attack at a random hero. Its range is 12 that does 2 shots, doing a peril die of damage each. Oof. He also has Quake Smash. Guardian to hit rolls of 6 will ignore the target's defense and do 1 combat hit to every other hero within 2 spaces. Well, it's just us. They have a hardened shell. Critical hits only reduce the Guardian's defense to 2 instead of 0. Their last ability is Control Systems. This enemy changes targets each turn, but is -1 combat for every full 10 wounds it has on it. They have a movement of 6. You can escape on a 2+. Their range to hit is 4+. Melee to hit is also 4+. They roll 4 combat as their base, doing 4 damage each. They have a 4 for defense and 40 health. However, this is a damaged Guardian. The heroes have stumbled upon a Guardian damaged by the rigors of time and battle. So he will be starting with 25 wounds already on him, making his combat only 2. Whew. Let's hold back the darkness. 4 will fail. They are only 1 space away from evading capture. Artemus will take his 2 terror hits, defending on 4+. He defends them both. He will take his corruption hit to fire his Darkstone Carbine, again defending on 4+. He defends, taking his 2 shots, hitting on 3+. 2 hits. These rolls will be -4 to each roll. Oh my god. Double 8s. 4 wounds apiece, so 8 more wounds. The damaged Guardian will now go, firing his Burning Laser, 2 shots, hitting on 4+. 1 hit. Artemis defends on a 3+. He defends. The Guardian will move. He has a movement of 6. He now has over 30 wounds on him, so he only has 1 combat. Hitting on 4+. And he misses. Let's hold back the darkness. We need a 9 or higher. Double 3s, I'll take it. No! Double 3s in Targa trigger Creeping Darkness. The darkness is always searching for a way out. Move the darkness 2 steps forward on the depth track. The Scafford Gang may have escaped us this time, but we are finishing this fight. Rolling our 2 terror. Defending on 4+. We defend 1, take 1 point of sanity damage. Taking a corruption hit to fire our old Darkstone Carbine. We defend it on a 4+. We defend, firing our 2 shots. 2 criticals. Criticals will only drop his defense to 2 as opposed to 0, but that's okay. Each of these rolls will be minus 2 to the roll. Eight and 7 will be 6 and 5. He is dead. Unfortunately, the Scafford Gang has eluded us and we have failed the mission. We're now lost on the Targa Plateau and we are struggling to find a way out. Artemus must take D6 corruption hits. 2 hits. He has willpower of 4+. Come on, Artemus. Defends them both. Thank you all for tuning into this episode, and we will see you in Artemis's next adventure.